is safe. Never know when I'm gonna need that.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll see the versatile Deebo Samuel, who's closing in on 1,000 yards receiving on the year. It's the 49ers and the Panthers, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 24.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Today it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Carolina Panthers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they interplay here. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for the visiting 49ers, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe...
Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And trotting out there leading them is their fourth-year quarterback.
Every time he leads his team out, there's no questioning. He's put the work in to earn his place in the NFL. There's no shortage of stories we've heard throughout his career about the effort he puts in to be in this spot. And that motivates everybody on his team.
First play, and Purdy wants to throw it. And incomplete to open things up. You look at this Carolina defense. This unit, very tough to throw against. Currently second best in the NFL.
And this unit knows exactly where they rank. They're number 2 against the pass in the NFL. You know they have their sights set on being number 1, looking for a big game today.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Purdy with it on 3rd and long. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
I'm not sure he falls under the category of mobile quarterback, but he's athletic enough that if you don't keep your rush lanes intact, he finds a way to hurt you.
As coaches like to say, I wouldn't call him a burner, but enough there in the tank. Purdy looking to throw on first down here. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. There are the numbers for Samuel from that game last week. Well up over 100 yards, and one of those catches found his way into the end zone.
I do think he'll be hard-pressed to duplicate those numbers this week, though, because he's gotten their attention, so they will double him on every snap at a minimum. In some cases, they'll triple him.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does, and in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are, and you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
Here's 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Purdy. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Purdy from the gun on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Niners first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. Back to throw, Purdy. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be out of bounds. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. McCaffrey. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Davis Price is in. Touchdown 49ers.
Well, just about an ideal start to this one offensively, because on the road, you want to make sure you quiet the home crowd early. And how do they do it? Nice march to start things off. Let the run game find its footing early. That drive certainly checked a lot of boxes, and they finished it off with a touchdown run.
Jake Moody now for the point after. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it was capped off by the touchdown run from Ty Davis Price. And he'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give him 7 there on the 1st down carry. The numbers for Sanders last week, 13 carries, 59 yards.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments in how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
Now Young. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. A give running left. It's Sanders. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. The Panthers at 7-5 now in the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a 1st down. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. It's Jair Brown who's got it. And the Niners are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their 2nd drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. Purdy off the play fake. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Purdy's throw complete here to Ayuk. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Purdy will set up to throw it here. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 42. A gain there of 21 yards. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. Oh, good move. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
As a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
On first down, Purdy. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Purdy will look to throw again here. Incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game. But after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
Here's Purdy now on 3rd and goal. And that will be incomplete as well. Strong coverage by Carolina. And on we go to 4th down.
When a linebacker diagnoses a screen, who wins? The quarterback getting a throw over to the back in time, or the linebacker running in to knock it away? With the athleticism of modern linebackers, they win the race more often than not.
So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. A CD after this game, there will be 4 weeks left in the regular season. So this is far from the final version of what we'll see come January, more of a first draft, if you will, as all these teams fight for a better position.
And you pointed it out so accurately there, Brandon. After this game, 4 weeks left in the regular season, and then the playoffs officially begin. But for some teams, trying to fight to make it to the playoffs, they're actually in a playoff push right now.
That throw by Young incomplete. You look at this Niner defense. They come into this one down at the 27th position in the league, Charles, against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Oh, look at the juke. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Purdy bootlegging it. Looking for the crossing receiver, and he's got him. It's Samuel. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, 49ers.
$10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Holt, and he is out of bounds inside the 35. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. From the 24 now, here's second down and a yard. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
On first down, it's Purdy. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Here's Purdy. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, it's Purdy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That one goes for 8 yards.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. Again, McCaffrey. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch out their lead.
Boy, we talk a lot about Christian McCaffrey and what he can do in the open field, and it's easy to gloss over how tough he can be to stop near the goal line. And he shows you just how tough he is on that carry as he takes it into the end zone.
Moody good with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. This offense returns to the field, and the former Penn State star Miles Sanders, we get a look at him. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
And Young's throw there incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Now here's Young. Trying to lay one up deep. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete. But the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over.
He's got it for a Panther touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are able to cut into that deficit. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Extra point up and good by Shudak, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Holding, receiving team.
So the hold on special teams backs him up all the way inside the 15 to start. Purdy to throw it on 1st down. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Throwing here, Purdy. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. That'll give him 8 that time, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Purdy from the gun. And that is incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Take it at the 37. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, playing the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
2nd down, Young. And he will find his man on the outside.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
That throw by Young incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and they will not cut into that 10-point lead.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
San Francisco's offense returns to the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
A 2nd down throw for Purdy. Connects with Kittle underneath. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Out of the gun, Purdy.
That's Samuel, caught left side.
And he is going to have a 49ers first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there, because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. Second down coming up. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. Purdy's throw pulled in by Kittle. And Kittle going to have a 49ers first down as the tackle made down at the 33. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Purdy now to throw. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a second and long. Purdy looking to throw. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. D.J. Johnson, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive.
Now Purdy.
And that will be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And this one is no good. He missed it. And the lead will hold at 10.
First and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Now Young.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
That swung out wide to Sanders.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Young.
And once again, this is Sanders.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. First and 10, Young.
He completes this one to Mingo.
And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. It'll be Young again. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in this last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll start up at TIAA Bank Stadium in Jacksonville. And it's the Jaguars who are out in front. A couple of touchdowns there for Travis Etienne. From there, we head up to Wisconsin to check out the Packers at home in Lambeau. And you can see, currently, they trail in that ball game. A couple of touchdown passes there for Joe Burrow. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore. Check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Austin Eckler, a touchdown run in that first half. We saw the former All-Pro Christian McCaffrey up to his old tricks in that first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, but we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side could play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. So the Panthers going to take over here to start quarter number 3. As they begin their second half here, Charles, offensively, not where they want to be, obviously. They're losing in this ball game, but very much within striking distance. We'll see what adjustments they make in the second half.
Is that the old glass half full, half empty type of a deal? Which way do you want to look at it? Because you're right, they're down on the scoreboard, but they're definitely opportunities now, because if they want to go ahead and get going in this one, get back to the running game. I think there are going to be some places to go with it, and I think the offensive line will appreciate the chance to fire out and hit people.
That's a good point, because they virtually had nothing going in the ground game in that first half. So we stop for no gain, and 3rd and 8 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. That's a 49-yard punt, 8, though, on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Connects with Kittle underneath. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 36-yard line.
Back to throw, Purdy. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
It's a gain of 10. 1st down, San Francisco.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Here is 3rd and 5. Purdy. Connects with Kittle underneath. Down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Purdy bootlegging it. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that 4th down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Purdy will set up to throw it here. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Purdy sets up to throw again. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Here we go with McCaffrey. But he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Here's Purdy. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now.
Okay, ready?
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Christian McCaffrey, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Niners have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Moody good with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. So that drive spans 13 plays. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. This taken in at the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Carolina getting set to take the field. Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Young, and Young's throw there incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught.
And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. That's Drake Jackson burying him and finishing the play. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Young to throw it. No, bottled up fumble. It's out. It's loose. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within the shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Here's the Panthers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Now a hit and a loose football. And it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. 3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And here's Ryan Wright now.
He'll boot it away from about his 35. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And this offense on third down today, just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Now Young, pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. We'll get this up to about the 44. Second down and 8.
Young working out of the gun. Going right side here, and that's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 32-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Oh, Young loses it. Well, that's got to be so disappointing for a defense. You force the fumble, think you got a chance at a turnover, and instead, not only do you give up the football, you also give up a touchdown as well.
Yeah, you just think to yourself, you've done all the hard work, right? You forced the fumble, but when they didn't come up with it, I think they relaxed a little bit or maybe lost their focus as well, and it ended up turning out to be a touchdown against them.
Extra point up and good by Shudak.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The 49er offense, they're coming back out onto the field, and we're going to give you a look at the playoff picture now into the weekend in the NFC.
And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team. Far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for. And remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17, you're playing for playoff spots, and you're playing divisional games. Couldn't be more exciting than that.
On first down, Purdy connects with Kittle underneath.
So the completion good for just 3. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7. At the 47-yard line.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up.
Throwing here, Purdy connects with Kittle underneath.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Defended by Frankie Luvu.
Throwing again, Purdy. They'll find Ayuk open right side. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who is shaken up on that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. Able to push his way through. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 65 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Well, you know me, partner. I never tell them to back off of being aggressive. But sometimes you see the consequences when you're overly aggressive and you don't secure tackles. Guys break through.
Trying to sell out to pry that football loose. And just as you said, cost some yardage.
Yeah, you got to go get him. Stand him up first before you go for the ball. Don't just go for it initially.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up 2nd down. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings, the things that you have to do.
And he's going to go down. Sacked at 17. D.J. Johnson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
So here we go. It's Jake Moody now in a big spot. This to make it a 2-score game. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So that's, CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
And onto the field here come the Panthers. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Short throw underneath to Hurst. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now Young. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And quickly they get to the line. On 1st and 10, Young. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Young now. Throw out wide is incomplete.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the 1st row.
He's got his running back out of the backfield. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 24-yard line. Again, it's Young. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Young will set to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. A
great play there. A beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Panthers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yes, multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Now Shudak for the extra point.
And the lead is down to a field goal now. So that drives 7 plays in length. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown.
This taken in right around the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the fourth quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Try to take this home. They'll run.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line.
So now Young and the Panthers down 27-24.
A little under a minute 50 remaining. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score.
Into the hands of Sanders.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Here comes second down at 5. Young.
And once again, this is Sanders. And he'll get it out to midfield. He's got a spot right in midfield at the 50.
Young to throw. And that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be second down. Now Young.
And on the catch right side, this is Sanders.
Boy, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is third down now. Here's Young. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
It's desperation time. Young on fourth down. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
Here's Young. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is good. They'll tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And we will not see a return to start overtime. It'll come out to the 25-yard line.
The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field.
And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Purdy off the play fake.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there left to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. The temptation to go for it probably there always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Next score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on 2nd down.
What can Young do in the OT? That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Throwing, Young. Hard throw, incomplete. I know there may be temptation to go for it here in overtime, but you have to punt the football.
I like how emphatic you are about it because I know the tendency is, as a player, let's go get this thing. You're actually telling your coach, come on, coach, we can get it. We have that play call. And the head coach has to remember, that play call likely isn't there. Punt the ball away. Punt it away. Be smart.
Trust your defense.
Trust them.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. There he goes, left side.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. 107 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They've had some success here in overtime on this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there available to him.
And McCaffrey going to pick up a Niners 1st down as he'll be brought down at the 27.
A handoff, McCaffrey running right.
Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line.
It'll go as a 1st down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
So it all comes down to the right foot of Jake Moody.
And the defense is going to let him think about it a little as they use their 2nd timeout here. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And Union Street will be hopping tonight. The 49ers have won it.
A couple more minutes, and maybe the outcome of this one, Charles, would have been different. But ultimately, time runs out on the comeback, so it falls short. And they hold on to win this by just one possession.
Not the fourth quarter they wanted, but they did earn the win, and they'll be happy about that, and they should be. Now they're going to go back to practice, see what they can do to prevent a future lead from slipping away like this one was.
So for the 49ers, the win is number 9 for them on the year. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears.